Hello, everyone. I'm excited to kick off this first panel on financing innovation in China, which is one of the more exciting topics because we all have to know who's going to pay for it, and if it works out, who's going to profit from it. I'm Martin Chorzempa. I'm a research fellow at the Peterson Institute for International Economics, about a block away, and I focus on financial innovation. But we have a fantastic panel here. I'll go with just brief introductions to them and then move into a lively and fruitful discussion. We have Michael Kuan of Kuan Capital, who is an investor. So we have all of the facets of this question from the people who, like him, who are evaluating the potential investments in innovative companies to deploy their capital. We have Joyce Chang from JP Morgan, who's going to be looking more on the macro side and has an overall picture of innovation in China. And then finally, we have Vincent Mo, who's on the other side of the table from people like Michael, trying to raise money for entrepreneurial ventures. I'll kick it off with the first question, which is about, more broadly, how exactly is China's financial system working to finance innovation? If we read the media these days, everything seems to be about deleveraging and the private sector, innovative firms being unable to receive funds from the riskier channels they got them from in the past, but also not from the banks. But then there are also these other interesting channels and developments in venture capital, PE, and potentially high-tech board. A lot of interesting things going on. So how do you assess the overall ability of China's financial system to finance innovation, and is it getting better or worse these days? We'll start with Michael.
Good afternoon. That was a little tough. Actually, I think Chinese financing activities go around the cycles. And so we're in a cycle of realizing that not all innovation makes lots of sense. So there you see some activities pulling back, valuations coming down. Stock market went down, but this year went up 25%. So, so there is actually realization of when the economy, actually Chinese economy is slowing down, what is substitute for the next growth engine? And the consumer spending is one, but I think every country is talking about innovations. But innovation takes time. Innovation not always bring new growth engines. So I think China is in that stage, realizing that what kind of innovation we need, whether it's mostly consumer-oriented or digitalization for consumers, or we want to do a more industrial, smart manufacturing, or EVs, or automobilities. So I think we're in this down cycle, which is good for investment, so because the valuation is coming down a little bit. So I think it's a quite healthy correction for the long run. The market still have lots of money. The market, stock market, the capital markets, there's still lots of VC funds and private equities, and the local government's really doing lots of financings. I think in the long run, China's capital market is still very, very important for innovations.